Welcome back, fam. It's your girl, Pearl. We're here for another fire YouTube video. And if you're new here, my name's Pearl. I help you optimize your health, your mindset, your overall well being so you can take your business to the next level. Okay, I talk about all things health, mindset, taking action, all the above, a lot of other topics as well. But I just really want you to feel really good as you build your business. I want you to avoid burnout and avoid all those things that happen when you are not in alignment and when you are just taking action and not even thinking of yourself first as you build your business. And so my job here is to help you avoid that and to thrive while you're making that moolah and the impact. And so in today's video, I want to talk about the three top things that are stopping you from hitting your next level. These are three things that I notice in every single entrepreneur I've ever worked with, and myself included. Of course, I'm human as well. And so I wanted to share these three things and also how you can shift these three things to really take yourself to the next level. Because if you're anything like me, you're here for big results, you want to make big impact, you have big dreams, big visions, big goals, and like you're a go-getter and you want to make shit happen. My motto is, and I suggest you take this one, is when I take action, I make shit happen. And I've had a couple shifts in my life recently that have really driven me to take more action than ever before. And things that are happening when you take action are incredible. Like this is really going to help you. So if you're someone that struggles with taking action, with being stuck in comparison and overthinking, and maybe not feeling your best as you're building your business, this video is immensely going to help you. So the three things I'm going to talk about today are: one is your energy and your optimal health. Like you not being in optimal state of energy is holding you back from taking it to the next level. Second thing is comparison or comparisonitis, right? This is something that is also paralyzing you and stopping you from really tapping into who you truly are and showing the world what you're made of. And thirdly is either perfectionism, procrastination, but really it's the fear of what people think and fear of being seen. So those are three things I'm going to talk about today. And there's probably a couple other things that'll come up as I explain these, but these are the biggest three things that I'm noticing and the things that I overcome as well in the journey of being an entrepreneur. And so the first thing I'm going to dive into is your optimal well-being, your health, your mindset, like your brain, how you're thinking. So one thing I see a lot, and this was me also, entrepreneurs that are burning out left, right, and center. They're working all day, drinking coffee. Right when they get up, they're serving clients. Like there's no boundaries there, and just really forgetting like that you need to fill up your cup first. And I know we hear this so much, but like actually there's a reason why it's so commonly shared. Like you need to fill up your own cup first. There's no way that you're going to serve to your fullest capacity if you are not taking care of yourself, not sleeping properly, staying up late, scrolling TikTok, not eating during the day, sitting for hours on your computer, hunched over your desk, right? Trying to do all the things, juggling all the balls, wearing all the hats as we do, and putting so much pressure on ourselves because we feel like we need to meet this deadline. We feel like we need to, you know, get this X amount of money by X day. You want to hit that 10K in 3 months. And in this journey, we forget ourselves, we lose ourselves, and we forget what actually makes us happy. We forget that we want to take care of ourselves, and we don't give ourselves the time or space to just like sit and be and just like realize how far you've actually come, right? And so this ties into your health, like all this ties into your well-being, but it's like, are you optimizing your state for how you want to show up? Are you optimizing the type of person, how you're feeling, who you want to be by how you take care of yourself? Like, are you showing up as that person? And I always ask my clients and myself, it's like, how would my 6 or 7 figure person version of myself show up? How would she take care of herself? Right. And there's a common thread. I've been looking and researching and listening to a lot of successful entrepreneurs, like 7, 8 figure earners, and they all take care of their well being. And like success leaves clues. And there's a reason why I emphasize this so much in my coaching. It's like you must build routines and habits that are going to serve you and raise your standards for yourself as to how you want to feel, how you want to be, who you are as a human being, and what that gets to feel like for you. And a big part of that is optimal health, is moving your body, is drinking enough water, is eating balanced meals, is knowing when to take a step back from your work and be like, you know what, my body's telling me that I need to move, that I need to get outside, that I need to stretch, or that I need to like relax and rest. Maybe you need to breathe more and like take more time to do some intentional breathing. Like, what is that for you? Like, everyone has something that's going to really work for them. I really suggest you find that for yourself. Of course, the basics are always going to be there. The basics are always going to be in effect, like sleeping, drinking enough water, eating healthy meals, moving your body, right? Meditating or breathing, de stressing, regulate your nervous system, like things that I talk about in my coaching program. But are you doing these things? One thing I see so much, like we all have a to-do list for our business. We all have things we want to do for our business. We forget that we are the one doing the things. We're the one doing the output. We're not inputting into ourselves to get the output. Does that make sense? And so we have a to-do list, but we don't put ourselves on that to-do list. We don't put our health, our well-being, our movement in our calendars, in our to-do list. Some of you do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not generalizing to everyone, but for those of you that maybe aren't feeling your best and aren't being in an optimal state, maybe that you're not putting yourself on your to-do list. And this is absolutely key, because if you want to think clearer, you want to wake up feeling energized and excited for the day, ready to slay your business. You want to decrease the anxious thoughts that you have about your business, right? You want to show up fully for your clients. You want to be able to literally work your full day, overserve your clients, and then have energy after to go on a date night or to go out with your girlfriends or to go to the gym or whatever you want to do, but you have the energy to. You have the option. It's not like you're, oh, I'm so exhausted, like sitting on the couch, like I really want to do this, but I can't because you're physically exhausted, right? And maybe you just want to hang out, and that's okay too, but give yourself the permission to turn off, take a step back from your business and not work on it till 12 p.m. at night, right? To take care of yourself and to optimize your sleep and to give yourself half an hour before you go to bed to just relax and just to be and to breathe and to spend some time off your screen and to not scroll TikTok, right? And so these are all things that are going to help you show up better when you optimize your state. And your state's affected by all the things I just mentioned, right? It's not just your food or your drinking water or your movement, but it's your state of being, it's how you're thinking. It's if you're giving yourself the time and space to breathe, to move, to relax, just to be, right? And so that's the biggest thing I'm seeing people that are not taking it to the next level. They're knocking in, and that's okay. Like, it's not to say like, oh my God, you're so bad, but it's like, how do you want to show up? Like, if you want to show up a certain way, if you know you have big goals and you have big dreams you want to reach, you need big energy for that. And I always say this, like, if you have goals that aren't as grand, that's okay. Like, all goals are totally valid. They're yours for a reason. But if you know deep down you have this fire, like I do, you have this deeper desire to take things to the next level, you're gonna have to put a little more fuel in your car. If you listen to my podcast, I have a really good analogy. But like, we're trying to go in the fast lane, okay? We need that high 97 octane fuel to fuel you to get to your destination. And so you need to make sure you're putting the right fuel into your body so you can then achieve all the big goals we have. And that's the first thing I'm going to talk about, right? The second thing I'm going to talk about that's holding you back is comparisonitis. Listen, sis, we don't have time to compare ourselves. We don't have time to be like, oh my gosh, like she just hit her 10K month or 50K month or 100K month or whatever you're looking at. And you're like, oh, like, why aren't I there yet? Why is it not working? Like, man, like I'm doing all the things, but like, why is it not working for me? Oh my gosh, like look at her, they're killing it. Their page is so nice. Like, how can I do that? And then we go to everyone's page and we look at all their stuff and we compare and we're like, oh, maybe I should be doing this and maybe my page should look like theirs, or oh, maybe I should be saying this in my stories or showing up like that. Maybe I need to be on YouTube and TikTok and blah, 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 and all the things. And you just start comparing yourself and make yourself feel shitty because you're not there yet, wherever there is. And then you're just in this cycle of like comparing yourself and telling yourself why it's not working and like that you should be doing better and blah, 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 and like I was there too. Don't get me wrong, I was there too. But comparing yourself does nothing. It makes you feel shitty for where you are. And that's not the vibe. Like, we are all doing incredible things. Where we're at is exactly where we're meant to be. I'm going to share the biggest shift that I implemented that really allowed me to take comparison and make it my bitch, like take comparison and use it to fuel me to take action, to improve, and to actually appreciate all the amazing things I'm doing and to help me really shift my mindset towards what's capable for me and what I can tap into. So here's the things I did. So whenever I saw, because I was actually tired of making myself feel like shit. I was tired of, scrolling and making myself feel bad for I'm not being successful enough and not being there yet, right? And all these things I would tell myself. And like when I see someone else's success, it made me feel bad about mine. I was like, that's not the vibe. Like I want to start feeling really good about seeing other people's success and also making that mean that I am also going to be successful. And so I actually shifted my narrative and shifted my energy around when I saw other people share their wins. So if you're anything like me, and that's okay, like it's natural for us to feel like, oh, a little jealous, but it's up to us if we want to shift that narrative and to shift how we see things and to shift our mindset to make us feel better. I'm all about feeling better and like creating more positive emotions within my body, within myself, through my mindset to make me just thrive more, right? So I use almost everything in my life to allow that to be a trigger for me to feel good. And it's something I've learned and implemented, and it's been amazing. But when it comes to comparison, it's like I would see someone now, I see someone who made a win or who's like celebrating big. First of all, I celebrate them because, the law of oneness in terms of like the universal laws, when you celebrate another, you're also celebrating yourself, right? So when you beat down another, when you beat down yourself, you're also beating down others. It's like that energy is all the same. So someone else is winning, like 10K month, 20K month, I got more clients, whatever. I'm like, yes, sis. I either comment or like even celebrate them in my own space, like without sharing. And like that means I'm celebrating them, but also celebrating me because I tell myself, like, I can do that too. Like, if she can do that, I can do that, right? There's no reason why I cannot achieve the same thing, right? If that's something I truly want. So then I'm like, oh my God, yes, like she's killing it. I can kill it too. And then I see that and I'm like, okay, how can I go take action right now? How can I also create this for myself? Right. And then I just remind myself, because we always compare someone's chapter 10 to our chapter 1 or to where we're currently at. And I always take the moment to reflect and be like, they work their ass off for this, most likely, right? And if I'm not sure, I will literally go and scroll. I've done this so many times. I will literally go and scroll all the way down to their very first Instagram. And I don't do this very often, but I did that back in the past, just to give myself a perspective shift. Because we think like, oh my God, they're killing it. They did all this stuff and they're so successful in like a month or in like a week. But like, no, they've been working on themselves for years, right? There's a mentor I look up to a lot. And I was looking at her and I had the same thought. And I was like, whoa, like she's absolutely killing it. Like I can do that too. But wait, let me see actually like what her journey was. So I scrolled all the way down to her Instagram, her very first post, and it was like 10 years ago. And like she was posting 10 years of her posting, of her working on herself, of her doing the thing. And I'm like, yo, sis, I've been doing this for 2. And so like celebrating myself, like I've been doing this for 2. And like if I keep going, I will get there too. And the timeline doesn't matter. It matters that I'm taking action. So then I ask myself, how can I take action right now to also get myself closer to the bigger dreams I have? And I take action. So I see a post, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I can do that too. They're killing it. They took action. They moved big. So I get to move big too. Right. And that narrative doesn't have to take long. Of course, you can make it take long, but that can happen in a minute. Then I go take action. Right. Versus where we're like, oh my God, like they're killing it. Why isn't it working for me? And then we're in this energy of lack and like, woe is me. Then we just sit there on our couches or on our bed or in the desk. We're like, oh, and we just stay in this state for X amount of time versus using this to make it mean that they took action, I take action. Another thing I do is whenever I see someone go live, I'm like, oh, I need to go live. When can I go live? Put in my calendar that I want to ask for live collaborations. Like I almost use everything that people are doing that I'm looking up to. I'm like, okay, they're doing this, I do this. And I don't look at everyone's stuff. I have like 3 mentors that I really follow and look up to and I work with, and like that's that. If they're going live, I'm going live. If they're posting, I'm posting. If they're here, I'm like, I get to do that too. And in my own way. It's not copying them, but it's using the fact that they're taking action to make it mean that I get to take action, but in my own unique way, right? I get to show up how it feels good for me, that's in alignment for me. And that's one of the biggest things that's allowed me to stop comparing. I don't even compare anymore. Like I know I am me. I know I'm unique. I know if I show up and do my thing and am my authentic self, it's gonna happen. And the timeline doesn't matter. When I drop timelines, like life got so much better when I stopped making myself think I need to do this thing, hit this goal by X date. It's like if I get there in my lifetime, I am freaking ecstatic. Like right now, my life is incredible. Anything else is an extra added bonus. And when it happens, it's gonna happen and it's gonna be incredible when it does. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have a time in my life doing a thing, taking action, finding what's in alignment for me and sending it. So that's number 2. So taking whatever you heard from that and really anchoring that in, you get to win as well. You get to take action as well. And comparison no longer exists in our world. In our world, it no longer exists. All right. Third, last but not least, is this idea of perfectionism or procrastination or whatever you want to call it that's holding you back from taking your things to the next level, from showing up fully, is the idea that you think you need to be perfect or that, you need more time to do XYZ, or oh my god, you can't post that because you stuttered, or because oh the lighting's not perfect, or oh like it doesn't look as good as others, or oh I need to know more, I don't know enough, I need to do more, I need more clients. Like this idea, and it's like the energy of I want to be perfect, but I'm also not enough at the moment. And it's like this weird duality of it. And I've experienced this myself too. And deep, deep down, it's actually not perfectionism. This is what I truly believe. It's not perfectionism. It's the fact that you care what people think. It's the fact that you want to be perceived and seen as in a certain light. So you want to make sure whatever you put out there is perfect because you want everyone to like it, or you want to, make sure you're seen in a good way. People will buy from you. Like what can I say? The perfect thing. What can I write in my caption? The perfect words to speak to my ideal clients so they can buy from me. And, it's like this idea that what we were going to post originally wasn't good enough, and that people were going to judge it, it wasn't going to work. And it's the fact that you care what people think still. That's one thing that I realized about me trying to be perfect. And it's like, okay, well, if we can drop the fact that we don't want to care about what others think anymore, and we can drop the fact that we're trying to be perfect and delaying ourselves weeks, months, years, because we're trying to do this perfect thing. And a great example for this is my podcast and my YouTube channel. Like I put this off for 2 years because I had my podcast. I didn't have my podcast. I had my YouTube channel 2 years ago, and I was posting on it. And I was doing all the edits and all the things and trying to make it look perfect, but it was taking me so freaking long, right? And then I started I paused it. I paused my YouTube channel because I was like, oh, it's taking me so long. I need a video editor. It needs to look good, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I will get back on YouTube. But it took me 2 years until I made these mindset shifts because I thought it had to be a certain way. I thought how to look a certain way, how to look good for people to want to watch it. And the thing that really opened my eyes was that some of the mentors I was following, they were posting on YouTube and they were not even editing it. Like literally, they were just like putting up there, like they were put up a Zoom thing. Like I'm like, what? They put up a Zoom thing on YouTube, no cover photo, no edits, nothing, and they were getting people watching it. It's because of what they were saying, because of their energy. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, whoa, you mean I don't have to edit my shit? I was like, whoa, you mean I don't have to spend hours or invest hundreds to get my videos edited? Like, you mean I can just put up the video just like this? And it changed my life. Like, you have permission to do things in a way that's the easiest way for you, because the win is that you did it. The win is that you put your stuff out there. The win is not that it's perfect. The win is that you took action, right? And so realizing that, I was like, oh my gosh. So now I'm just posting my videos. They're not perfect. I don't care that they're not perfect. Like, my purpose is to actually build this platform over a long term. My purpose is to provide value every week. And I can't do that if I'm sitting there in overthinking mode and trying to be perfect in my anxious thoughts, because I think no one's gonna like it. Oh my God, they're gonna think I messed up, or they're gonna say, oh, look, she missed that word, or she messed up here. People don't actually care about that. I realize they care about what they're learning about what you're sharing. They care about the value you can bring them. They care about how you're gonna help them change their lives. And I was like, my mission is to help more people. So me not posting is the opposite of that, right? So it's like, how can you tap into what's your biggest mission and how can you take the step towards that, right? And so letting go that it has to be perfect. I always tell myself now that what I'm sharing is perfectly perfect the way it is. Like, how it's meant to come out right now is how it's meant to come out. And I'm trusting, and this came down to a deep inner trust in myself, a deep trust in like my value, in my expertise, in who I am as a person, and knowing that I'm divinely guided, right? Knowing that I have gold and wisdom to share with people. I need to hear this, and trusting that whatever I share is meant to be shared. Even if it's not perfect, even if I stutter, even if I mess up, like, they're still going to get the message, and those that need to hear it will hear it. So it's my job to share the message, right? And I need to do that because that's my calling. That's my soul's purpose, right? So when you're really tapped and tuned in, and you trust yourself, and you know whatever you're sharing is good enough, that is it. It's good enough. And you get to move forward and keep doing good enough every single day, and your life will absolutely change. So that's something that's really shifted for me. It's like, I get to be good enough anytime, any place, wherever I am, and I provide value regardless, right? And so that's really, really what I want you to anchor in. Like, what you're sharing, what you're doing is valuable, even when it's not perfect. Actually, especially when it's not perfect, because you get to share that wisdom raw, and it gets to be you and authentic, and your people will resonate with that, right? And so Those are three things I want to share. So many gold nuggets in that. I didn't even know what was going to come through. And literally, like I say, I trust that I'm going to share what someone needed to hear. So if you need to hear that today, drop in the comments below. If you had any insights, any things that came through, any like aha moments or shifts, I would love for you to DM me and let me know what you thought. All right. If you're loving this so far, if you love this video, if you love my channel, if you've tried my dance fitness workouts, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. And I'm so happy to have you here. And of course, if you want more of this, if you love my world, if you want more of this energy, you need to be in the Lit Up Club. All right. It's my club, my free community where we do weekly live calls. We have dance parties. There's amazing resources. And it's just a place to be if you're ready to take your life to the next level, to create a life you love that lights you up while feeling your best while doing it, and creating a community around that, because I'm really here to help you all level up and take things to the next level, feel your best, and just honestly be that person you're meant to be deep down on the inside. So thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you all so much love, and please join the Up Club. All the links are below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.